What's up everyone, it's Kelly and today I've got another swatch review for you. So today I'm sharing the newest release from Orly, which is a collaboration collection with Adam Lambert called High Drama. And if you haven't heard of Orly before, they are a salon brand and all of their polishes are vegan, meaning they do not use any animal-derived ingredients. They are cruelty-free, meaning they do not test their products on animals, and they're also listed as being formulated without harmful ingredients. So they just released this brand new collection. Like I said, it's a collab with Adam Lambert, and I gotta say, I was really intrigued when I saw them. It's not the color story I expected, but I have some thoughts on it. So let me share my swatches with you, then we can talk a little bit more about the collection, my thoughts, pricing, availability, all that good stuff. So roll the swatch footage. As always, I am using base coat underneath all of my swatches just to protect my natural nail and prevent any stains. Today, it's the Orly Bonder base coat, to nobody's surprise. So let's dive into it. Just a quick note, some of these shades are going to be familiar because they are re-releases that were selected by Adam Lambert to be released in this collection, and some of them are shades that were originally part of the breathable line that Orly made into their regular formula. So we'll start off with the brightest shade in the collection. This one is called Adam's Apple, and when I saw it in the bottle I actually thought this was a cream finish, but as soon as I started applying it I realized that we have that nice slightly pearlized brushstrokey sort of finish in this gorgeous lime green base, and I love shades like this. Orly happens to do them particularly well, but I think there's just something about having that slight brushstroke on your nail that really elongates your nail beds and makes them look longer even if you do keep them short. The color itself is really gorgeous and the formula was super easy to apply. It was a little bit sheer in 2 coats because it's such this light green kind of color, so I did end up needing 3 coats for full coverage, but I think the end result is really stunning. It's a little bit lighter than a neon and that pearlized finish gives it an almost whitish sort of glow, so it's a nice softer version of a green, but it still packs that punch. Next up we have the shade Flight of Fancy, and this one is a gorgeous super warm toned purple shimmer. Now I will say this is the type of color that I typically associate with colder months, usually like an autumn winter kind of vibe, but it also definitely gives me that summer nights kind of vibe, and I think the formula of this was so creamy. I did need 2 coats for full coverage, but I still found myself really impressed with the opacity here. I have a feeling this is one of those shades that would be really good for stamping nail art. Speaking of shades that would be really good for stamping, next up we have the shade Hero Worship, and this one is a gorgeous deep gold metallic foil polish, and I was stunned when I applied this because it gave me full opacity in 1 coat. This is a true 1 coat polish. It looks gorgeous. It's thick enough that it doesn't feel like you don't have enough polish on your nails, so you can actually wear it in 1 coat as a full coverage manicure. I did end up doing a 2nd coat just to show you, but yeah, I was incredibly impressed with this. It's such a beautiful deep burnished gold kind of color, and the formula is just perfect, so definitely good for stamping, but also really gorgeous just to wear on your own. Next up we have the shade Fluidity, and this is actually one of my favorite Orly nail polishes, and it's a really sneaky one because looking at it at first glance it seems like it's this deep silver, almost gunmetal kind of metallic shade, but when you look at it a little bit closer you can actually see so much colorful sparkle in there, and it's definitely a little bit more difficult to see on camera because it's so subtle, but I'm also going to show you what it looks like over black and you can see those colors a little bit better. But anyway, this shade was more on the sheer side, and at first I did 2 coats and I actually really liked the way that it looked because even though it was sheer, it wasn't streaky or patchy at all. So if you like a visible nail line look, which I honestly love, I think you can wear this as a 2 coater, but I ended up applying 3 for full coverage, and I think this color is absolutely stunning. Having that added colorful sparkle in there just does so much for the shade and just makes it so much more interesting on the nails, and I love that it's that slightly deeper silver color as well. And because it was on the sheer side, I really was curious to see what it looked like over black, so here's me just doing 1 quick coat over black, and honestly I think this also looks really cool. I feel like over black on camera you can see a lot more of that rainbow sparkle in there. I'm not sure if it's holographic or if it's just a bunch of little mini colorful glitters in there, but it really does add a special little touch to the polish, so I really loved that. And I also like that it's a very thin formula, so even if you do wear it in 3 coats it doesn't feel super thick on the nails. Next up we have the shade In the Moonlight, which is another color I was really excited to see as part of this collection because it's another Orly shade I really love. It's actually a black jelly base base, and then it's absolutely packed with these dark silver micro glitters. So you know me, you know I love a good jelly formula, and I think Orly happens to make some really incredible ones. And I love the way that this shade looks in 2 coats because you still get that true jelly-like feel where you can kind of see through to the nail, but there's really no patchiness or anything going on. But when you apply it in 3 coats, or if your nails are longer, you might need a 4th, you can really see so many levels of that silver micro glitter throughout. And as it goes deeper into the layers, you can see that color getting deeper and darker, and there's just something so mysterious and funky about it. So I absolutely love this shade. And last but not least, we have the shade Bury That, which is the custom shade of the collection that was created by Adam Lambert. And this is a really interesting one. I wouldn't quite call it a multi-chrome. It's more like a duochrome with a lot of colors going on in it. We have this super dark, almost black base, and then we have this intense shimmer running throughout that head on looks like a turquoise, but then as you move your nail around, it shifts into a deeper royal blue, and then into purple, and even into more of a fuchsia color at more extreme angles. And this shade is absolutely gorgeous. I feel like the more you move your nails around, the more colors you're gonna see, and I think this is just a really cool mainstream way of getting that sort of multi-chrome look without having to pay for a very expensive multi-chrome. And this one was opaque in 2 coats, so it's really nice coverage. So here are all of the shades together, and like I said, a few of these are re-releases or redos of similar polishes from the existing Orly line, and then we do have that custom shade Bury That that's new. But I have to say, I wasn't expecting to like this color story as much as I did. I think that's something that Orly in my head really specializes in, and when I first saw this combination of colors, I was thinking they weren't going to work together and that they kind of clashed, but looking at them all together now, I think these work really well. And I think the thing about them that is really interesting seeing them all together is that this color story really works for any time of year. So I was really impressed with that, and I found myself really enjoying them. I love so many of these shades already, and there are a few that are new to my collection, so I'm just really excited about that too. So those are the polishes, and I have to say the colors truly are stunning. I am such a color story person though, and I think that's something that Orly specifically happens to be my favorite with, because the way that they curate their colors in their collection, they always feel very intentional and very beautifully put together. So I honestly was a little surprised when I saw these because I wasn't expecting these shades to really go together. But I have to say, even just seeing the promo photos, I was like, you know, this is kind of weird, but they make sense together. And I'm honestly surprised myself for saying that, because I feel like in my head, it seems like they don't match, but looking at them, I actually really love this color story. I think there's just something about these like very intensely bold colors together. It's kind of like mixed metals and neon mixed together, and it's giving me this like, I don't know, underground New York City kind of vibe. It's just like both very vibrant and also very dark and mysterious. So I don't know, I love the vibe of it. But I am actually curious to hear if people feel the same way or if they feel like these colors clash, because I think, I don't know, it might be a controversial color story. So definitely let me know your thoughts. But yeah, let's get into pricing. So the polishes come in 18 milliliter bottles. I always like to remind you guys that is a huge nail polish bottle. For reference, OPI is 15 milliliters, Essie is 13.5 milliliters. So you're definitely getting a lot for your money here. They also have a rubberized cap, so it's always really easy to open them. And they do come with a wide flat brush that has a rounded tip, so application's easier. And these polishes retail for $10.50 USD on the Orly website, which I will link down below. And the awesome thing about this collection is that a portion of the proceeds are actually being donated to the Stand With Trans Foundation. So you're getting a gorgeous polish and you're also donating to a good cause. So I'm gonna put some information down in the description. You can check that out if you're interested. They are also available from retailers, so I'll link a couple of them down below. And just a quick note, we are a loving and inclusive community here, so any hateful comments will absolutely not be tolerated. It is going to get deleted immediately, and I am going to remember it, so just something to keep in mind. But yeah, I'm really excited about these shades. I'm really surprised at myself for liking the color color story because like I said, I just feel like, I don't know, in my head, it doesn't seem like it would make sense, but when I actually see them, I really do love the way that they look. And I'm curious to hear if you guys agree, what you think of these polishes, which is your favorite. Leave it all in the comments, we can chat about it. If you enjoy my swatch and review videos, please give this one a thumbs up. It lets me know I'm doing a good job. And if you're not already subscribed to my channel, please consider subscribing. I put out new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And also a huge shout out to my supporters on Patreon, my royal astronomer Amanda M, as well as my cosmic admirals Rocket Man's daughter, Paola, Ken, Rosie, and Courtney. I really appreciate your support, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye. Today's fun fact question comes from Patreon supporter Megan D, and Megan D wants to know, do you ever leave hints for upcoming collabs or content, like how you tie in your outfit / makeup to the nail polish? So my problem with upcoming collabs and exciting things is that I cannot keep a secret for my life, and I really try to not put myself in situations where I have the opportunity to share a secret, because if I have the opportunity, I will accidentally share that secret. I'm very fortunate in that I can delete stuff if I'm editing it. But for the most part, I have a hard time keeping things to myself. So I do sometimes like to drop very, very, very sneaky hints into things. There might be a few hints in my recent vlog. There might be a few hints in the fact that I am answering this fun fact question in this specific video. But yeah, I feel like I sometimes like to drop some hints. I don't think anybody ever notices my hints before they come out, but I like to just kind of just drop stuff in just here and there just for funsies, just because otherwise I might explode from not being able to share my secrets. So yes, there are some hints sometimes. I need to change the subject before I accidentally say anything else, but I did actually have a period when I think it might have been the last time I colored my hair like a funky color. I had worn blue nail polish in like every single video, but it was different blue nail polishes, and I was just wearing blue all the time leading up until I dyed my hair blue, because I thought that would be like a funny little secret, but I don't know if anybody even noticed. But now I'm kind of like doing the dark hair thing, and I'm taking a break from the funky colors, so I don't know. Maybe I should start dropping some hints. Actually, no, I shouldn't intentionally plan to drop hints because I do by accident. But as far as like content, I feel like, I don't know, for the most part, I usually am just like, oh, I am planning on doing a video on this, so it's not usually a secret. But as far as collabs, sometimes I drop hints, sometimes they're accidental hints, sometimes they're on purpose. I just can't keep a secret. And that's it. I'm gonna stop this video now before I accidentally say anything else, and I'll see you all in my next one. Bye!